What if I told you that one of Africa's biggest employers does not require a degree, an office, or even formal dress code? It's called a Boda Boda in East Africa, an Okada in Nigeria, a Jakarta in Senegal, a Kabaza in Malawi, and a Wiwa in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Different names, same machine, same purpose. And for millions of Africans, the same source of survival, a motorcycle. Not for leisure, not for sport, but for work. For decades, motorcycles have become Africa's fastest, most flexible, and most accessible means of public transport. In East Africa, the term Boda Boda emerged in the 1960s and 1970s when cyclists and motorcyclists transported goods and passengers between border points Busia and Malaba. The first border to border eventually became Boda Boda. Today, that small border business has grown into a multi-million person industry. In Kenya, Boda Bodas employ 1.6 million people. In Uganda, about 1.5 million. In Nigeria, nearly 8 million people depend on Okadas for a living. Senegal's Jakarta sector employs 100,000 people. Malawi's Kabaza industry supports about 20,000 riders. And in the DRC, an estimated 1.5 million people ride motorcycles as a full-time job. Think about that. Millions of jobs, millions of families fed, millions of school fees paid, all because of a motorcycle. And the impact goes far beyond the rider. Every Boda Boda supports an entire ecosystem. Fuel stations, mechanics, spare part dealers, insurance providers, mobile money agents, motorcycle importers, financial companies, manufacturers, even roadside food vendors. When a rider earns money, many others earn too. And perhaps the biggest attraction of this industry is accessibility. You don't need a university degree, you do not need years of training, you simply learn how to ride, acquire a motorcycle, and start earning. For millions of young Africans facing unemployment, that motorcycle becomes a lifeline. It becomes rent, school fees, food and medical bills, and it becomes hope. Whether you're in Nairobi, Kampala, Kinshasa, Abuja or Dhaka, there are many moments when only a motorcycle can get the job done. Need to beat traffic, need to reach a remote village, need urgent transport during an emergency, a Boda Boda is often the answer. But despite its importance, the future of this industry is becoming increasingly uncertain. In Uganda's latest budget, the initial registration fee for Boda Bodas was increased from 200,000 shillings to 500,000 shillings. That is a 150% increase in a sector that employs approximately 1.5 million people. The question is not whether government has the right to charge fees. The real question is, how many riders can actually afford them? What happens to a school dropout with few employable skills? What happens to a young person whose only source of income is a motorcycle? Is the intention to raise revenue or to reduce the number of Boda Bodas on the road? For years, authorities have discussed plans to decongest Kampala. The city alone is estimated to have roughly 300,000 Boda Bodas operating daily. Could higher fees be another tool to gradually reduce their numbers? Supporters of stricter regulation argue that action is necessary, and they have a point. Boda Bodas are involved in a significant share of road accidents in Uganda. Many crashes linked to speeding, reckless driving, alcohol and drug use, disregard for traffic rules, and poor road discipline. There is also the issue of crime. Motorcycles have been used in robberies, assassinations, and other criminal activities. Criminals strike and disappear within minutes. Some passengers have even been lured into ambushes by rogue riders. These are real concerns, but they lead to another difficult question. Should the livelihoods of millions be threatened because of actions of a minority? Many riders argue that government has not created enough alternative jobs. For them, Boda Boda riding is not just a temporary hustle. It is a career, it is a business, and it is survival. And so the debate continues. Is government simply widening its tax base? Is it trying to improve safety? Or is it quietly discouraging more young people from entering the industry? One thing is certain. When we talk about boda bodas, we are not talking about motorcycles. We are talking about jobs. We are talking about families. We are talking about one of Africa's largest informal economies. And any decision affecting this sector affects millions of lives.